I feel like Skinwalker Ranch, that's the name. It feels a little bit outdated in the sense that when the researchers are there now, they're looking for other things. They're looking at UFOs. They're looking at Bigfoot. They're looking at portals, right? So it's like, I think that's the something that needs to be spoken about. Like, it's called Skinwalker Ranch, and most of the things that are happening today that people are experiencing are skinwalkers.
Without a doubt. And maybe there have never even been real skinwalkers there.
Because why? Who are they targeting?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe way in the past, but like, it doesn't make sense that a skinwalker is just running around with no intention. They don't have a focus, because according to my friend Summer, skinwalkers are deliberate. They know what they're doing. They have a target, and that their mission is to kill.
Yeah.
So doesn't seem like that's what's happening on Skinwalker Ranch today.
No.
Right?
No. I think it's just become a catch-all.
Yeah.
Because no one really knows what a skinwalker is, and no one really knows what's going on Skinwalker Ranch.
Right. And it's like, oh, let's blame the Native Americans again. And make it like they're evil. Like,
alternatively, here's the flip side to it, though. Did the Native Americans just call it all Skinwalker because that was like the scariest thing that was an issue for them back then?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, I think it's like this. It's like, okay, so I have a friend who is from the Ojibwe tribe and grew up on a reservation in Michigan, and she's really into paranormal. And she was like, she watches a lot of the shows on Travel Channel, but she told me, she said, Cindy, people need to stop saying that Native Americans are cursing the land. She's like, the land is so sacred to us. Why would we curse it? It's just totally false. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so right. Like, how many times have we been on investigations and been like, it's a Native American curse, you know? It's like, no. And so it's similar with like Skinwalker Ranch. Like, it has this name of, it has a name of, you know, something from Navajo culture, but the activity that's occurring today, I don't think it's from skinwalkers. So we have to be careful, right?
No, it's so true. Very true. And then there is some sensitivities around calling it Skinwalker Ranch. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were like, oh, we're choosing to not call it Skinwalker Ranch due to, you know, as to not offend people. Having been there as much as I have, I don't know if I've been to a single place ever where everyone you speak to has had some kind of paranormal experience.
That's pretty badass.
The guy from the gas station, the woman serving you dinner at the restaurant, the bellman at the hotel. Like, everyone has had some kind of experience. I was sat one night, the crew went and like they were playing pool at like this bar, and there was a karaoke and everyone was just kind of hanging out. And I got chatting to this guy, and he's like, oh yeah, I live out of town, like about like 40 miles, like up in the mountains. And he was saying that he's seen giants. He's like, oh no, there's giants here.
Do you think it's Bigfoot?
I asked him, I was like, Bigfoot? He's like, no, this was like a giant human.
Interesting. When I was at Gunung Padang in Indonesia, the caretaker of the land was talking about giants. Like, that's one of the things that show up in like the folklore there.
Yeah.
That there were these giant humans, and that they believe like some of the handprints are in the stone. So that's a real thing.
Yeah. So some of the things that really disturb folks about the Uinta Basin and Skinwalker Ranch is the cattle mutilations.
Right.
These animals are found like almost caught out like an apple.
Right.
Blood fully drained, certain organs removed with laser precision. What the fuck can do that?
I think we're dealing with something extraterrestrial. I don't think it's a skinwalker. Because it's like, I don't know, it just feels that way. I feel like we're dealing with something that is experimenting or wants to like cut open an animal and see, what does this look like? Or can I incinerate a dog with a like, what the hell is that about? Right? They're saying like these dogs are there, and then all of a sudden there's a circle around the dogs, and that there's like a ring that's hot, but then the dogs are just incinerated. What does that?
Frickin' laser beams.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go alien.
You think alien?
I think alien.
I think it's alien and interdimensional.
I think aliens are interdimensional.
Do you think that the strange creatures that people are reporting seeing are just different types of aliens, or are those like aliens in spacesuits?
I mean, I guess everything is kind of an alien. It's alien to us. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Just where is it coming from? What does it look like?
Yeah.
So I guess we can go with interdimensional beings or aliens.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll take it.
But I think they're curious about animals. I mean, there's no animal that could attack a cow and cut into it with precision and take out the organs with precision. That makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm forgetting my favorite thing to tell you about this area as well.
What?
Puckwudgies.
What's a puckwudgie?
Puckwudgies are my favorite, like, cryptid creature.
What are they? I don't know what they are.
They're like these angry, weird garden gnomes that destroy your yard furniture, but they love
really?
eating strawberries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Michelle thing. Does
Right?
she know a lot about those?
I think she does.
Yeah.
I heard about them for the first time doing an investigation near Skinwalker, and apparently puckwudgies were like plaguing this area.
Super interesting. I mean, man, it seems like it's a place where everything can come out that has ever been, that consciousness has ever created and could be creating.
Yep.
And it's just like this hot spot. It's like I would be careful of my thoughts in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's a weird
Oh,
place.
it's so weird.
Super weird.
All right, what do you know about this triangle of death?
Nothing.
Okay, there's an area on the ranch which the researchers have dubbed the triangle of death. The reason being is that people are getting very sick in this area. Like, it's the hot spot, and if you watch the Skinwalker Ranch show, they're more or less leaning into the notion that this is the portal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of illnesses are presenting in the Triangle of Death?
Okay, so the Triangle of Death is described as the epicenter of high strangeness at Skinwalker Ranch. It is believed to be where a malevolent entity resides. Like, what kind of malevolent entity?
I mean, I don't know if I like the language there. Like, they're saying it's one entity. It's like we're in this hotspot of all entities of all kinds at any time.
Yeah, why are you going to label it as one thing?
It doesn't make sense. I don't know if I buy that. I'm curious about the radiation that could be under the ground.
Yeah, and isn't there... what's the deal with the caves? Do you know anything about that?
So I watched a little bit of the show, right? And apparently there are cave systems underneath there. There was something weird that happened with water. Like one of the investigators filled this hole with water. He said it took like 3 hours for the hole to fill up with water. And then it took 15 minutes for it to totally go back down. That doesn't make sense. Isn't that weird? So there's something underneath the ground, cave systems, which honestly it's probably not that unusual considering the landscape.
Sure, yeah.
And what's underneath there? Is there something more underneath there?
Residing under there. Maybe that's where one portal is, like the hellhole.
And I want to talk about people losing time, right?
Yes.
So Sedona, Arizona, everybody kind of knows Sedona. I have a friend who went to Sedona. She's actually a psychic medium. She was sitting on some of the rocks and she said she totally lost time, that she had no idea what was happening. She like went to a different, like, I don't know if she went to an alternate reality or what. And her friend, that she was with, was like calling her name. My friend couldn't hear her friend. She like, it was the weirdest thing. She said she came out and she didn't remember anything that happened. Now, in Sedona, there are a lot of vortices, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're dealing with that as well.
Ley lines?
Yeah, ley lines. But there's that too. So how is it? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like intuitively it's a place where all of the different timelines are overlapping and bleeding into one another, and it's all fair game. We can see things from all different eras bleeding in.
The place is just fucked.